So thank you, everyone. Again, my name is Amal Rahman. I'm a volunteer for the Nustian Canada community. I welcome you all to the third town hall meeting. It's an amazing experience working with the Nustian Canada community, and it's great to receive a reasonable feedback for the third town hall. We would like to move forward with our presentation. I would like to invite Mr. Hassan Rizvi for his presentation. Sir Hassan is a graduate of MCS. He is currently a board member of the Nustian Canada community and the General Secretary of Nustian Canada. So, Sir Hassan, I would like to invite you to the floor and share your thoughts with us, please.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Emil. Thank you very much. Really appreciate everyone taking time on Saturday morning to come to this platform and discuss ideas and see what we've been doing and what we would like to do in future with your support as well. And we would like to know what you would want to do, what you would want us to do. So I'd like to share my screen. Emil, if you could give me the rights to share my screen, I can quickly get started.
Sure, sir. I think that you are co-host. You can share your screen.
It
That's
says
correct.
host disabled sharing.
Just give me a second.
Yeah. So I see new names here. Again, very
Please
appreciate.
check now, sir.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, I can do it now.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Sorry about
Appreciate it.
that.
No worries. Thank you. And we'll just get started right away here, guys. Let me go here, present. Okay. All right. So third town hall, guys. My name is Hassan Rizvi. I am a board member of Nustian Canada, a nonprofit, registered nonprofit, federally. We incorporated 3 years ago. We've been doing activities ever since. And despite COVID, we've been very successful. To be quite honest, we've grown a lot. And today we'll be discussing just that journey and what we plan to do in future. Would love your input at any point in time. Stop me if you have any questions. So let's get started. There we go. The agenda really is quite simple. We'll talk about what we have achieved so far, so milestones. Then we'll talk something about what future looks like for Nest in Canada. And then obviously there will be like a Q&A session dedicated for your questions, for your input, and feel free to talk to our board members, our exec, and our volunteers, and everyone is here today. So let's do that. I should probably remove this, or maybe just, yeah, so there you go. All right, so this is a journey. Like I said, 3 years ago, this was founded, federally registered in Canada. Now we have about 350 plus registered members. Um, there's no membership, obviously. You just have to be a Nustian graduate and alumni. Could be your undergrad or your postgrad. Then we have, in terms of demographics, most of them are actually located in the GTA, pretty logical. But we do have members residing in different parts of Canada, like Alberta, British Columbia, Montreal, and Ottawa. And we're trying to also activate our alumni activities in those regions, right? And then our office holders have also grown significantly. We started with 4 or 5 people in the board, and then we've now grown to over 12 plus office bearers. So quite a journey. Let's move to the next one. The milestones. In terms of milestones, what have we achieved so far? And this is in specific to last year, actually, because we've been here around for over 3 years. But these milestones, because this is the third town hall, we're actually focusing on what we have achieved last year. Um, and we would love to actually share our previous reports or previous town halls deck as well, so you can see how we've been achieving different things throughout that 3 year period. So, anyways, as far as milestones are concerned, within the last year, we've done a lot in terms of collaboration with different entities. First, is foremost, NUST UAO. I'm not sure if we have any UAO representative right now on the call, but we do expect them to be here. I believe they would be. But we're very excited about our partnership with UAO, which is University Administration Officer, right? So I think that they're helping us out with um, with the with what we can do regarding scholarships and regarding need-based scholarships, especially for students in Pakistan. Nustin USA is a very active Nustian international body here, and we are in close touch, we're in close collaboration with them, and that partnership has only grown. We've shared different resources with each other, and the journey continues on. IBA Canada is another up and coming budding partnership. This is going very well as well. We've done multiple webinars, we've done multiple events together, and we're really helping each other with shared resources. Their alumni is about 800 to 900 members thus far. So we really appreciate their collaboration with us as well. In terms of webinars and events, this is only, like I said, for the past, I would say 5 months or so. We've already done events on stocks and ETFs for people interested in how to invest in stocks and all that. We've got experts who've delivered some fantastic lectures on that. House buying was one of our most popular events. A lot of people actually participated in it, and I think got some great value out of it as well. And then higher education in Canada was another one that was done in partnership with UAO. And then data science was the most recent one, where we had experts from the industry. One was an IBA alumni, and the other one was a Nustian alumni, and they both delivered a fantastic lecture on how they can enter, or how people can actually enter into data science. Outreach में भी हमने काफी कुछ काम किया है, especially this year. We had a lot of people, our board members actually started actively reaching out, especially led by Sarwar Sakera. Just may we actively reached out to people who were NUST alumni and they were living in Canada, and that has grown our membership base substantially. So on our social groups, on other platforms. So I'll be talking about some statistics regarding that as well. As far as brand, we've actually got some time, because we're now getting more and more structure to our organization. We are also working on our brand identity. So we've got a logo now designed, thanks to again Sarah Zairs and his efforts, and the entire board, to be quite honest. These were some of the logos that were discussed, but now, as you can see in the top right corner, this is the official logo of Nustian Canada as of now. We have a website launch as well that took place just last month. Thank you, staff and team. Ma'am Karen also was crucial in that launch of the website. So we have an official website, then we have newsletter and mailing list that is all set up. And you must have been receiving emails from Ma'am Karen and our media team, supported by Sarah as well. Organization, so we've been doing some good organizational stuff as well. So constitution, the constitution was always there, but like this is a more detailed version of the constitution. So that's been approved by the board and it's actually in place right now. We have a new exec directors, as you all know. Farzia is our new exec director, who's really diligently delivering all her duties here and responsibilities, and growing the Nustian base here in Canada. And then we acquired Zoom license because of COVID. We were really hard hit in terms of doing outdoor activities or in terms of doing activities in person, but we got the Zoom license, and this is, I think it helped us doing on all these online webinars and events in a much more productive way. So please feel free to let me know if there are any questions. I'll be quick again. So collaboration, in terms of collaboration that I outlined, specifically with UAO, we're working on an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. This is in final stage, again, led by Saf and Ma'am Karen. So pretty much finalized. And if you have any questions, I think we'll be happy to talk about it at the end as well. Nustian USA, like I said, we've always been very close with Nustian USA, and hopefully we'll be growing this partnership in future as well. There are lots of questions, like some people in the States, they want to ask how we can actually come to Canada. There's some talks going on in that as well, how we can actually further facilitate that as an organization. There are other synergies for sure that we are actually looking towards in 2021. Joint webinars, as I said, I think one of the most successful partnerships has been with IBA alumni. They've got a huge membership base, and we're really excited to be doing joint events with them. All right, so some just like a visual of how our webinars went this month. So you can see higher education was actually also a popular one. There was the stocks event where two experts on stocks. One was Sami from our side and Ayub Ansari from IBA side. They were presenting how we can actually enter stock trading. What are some variables that we need to see? And how we can do stock picking. House buying as an option, as an investment, this was another one that was very popular. So two realtors actually were kind enough to spend that weekend with us trying to answer all the questions that our alumni had. Then data science, and there was like another social meetup as well. So quite a mix of all the activities, and we continue to do so. I'm just showing that so that everyone can actually start thinking about what value they can derive from these events. These were usually taken, the topic of these webinars were actually discussed and also from derived from the input received from our members. So, and this is what we plan to do in future as well. So please let us know if you think, okay, this is a topic that should be covered and would be really useful for the general alumni base here. So, like I said, the growth. Thank you to Sir Uzair Sakara for really taking our membership base to new levels here. LinkedIn पे हमारे पास, I guess we had barely, I think 100 members or something like that, but within 2-3 months, we are now sitting at 351 active LinkedIn members. And why I say that, because now I know job search is one of the most critical things that people find when they arrive in Canada. All are new immigrants, mostly are new immigrants, and this is really the power of that number. When you see there are 351 members, most of them are actually working with some wonderful companies in Canada, and they're there in that group so to help out, right? This community is exclusively built to help and further our alumni to grow and then somehow facilitate the alumni is trying to settle in Canada. So if you have 350 plus members and they're only growing, you can see how many companies they would be part of, how many different disciplines they would be in, and you would be able to find somehow some sort of connection or help and assistance in that job process. So again, this is 350 now. I checked in the morning. So this is the group. If you're not part of it, please feel free to join right now. This is a very, very helpful group. We've seen lots of job postings. We've seen lots of other interesting ideas that are being posted there on a daily basis. So if you're not part of it, please do so. And there you go. In terms of other social groups, we've seen a tremendous increase of members. A lot of people did not even know that we existed. Because of that active outreach activity, we've seen people joining in. And these are like, this is again, not an exhaustive list, I would think, of our WhatsApp groups. But some of the groups are listed here are very, very active. You can see there's, because our Nustian main core group, which is like the general group, is so big and we have a limit of 256. We've actually now divided that into two. So group one and group two. So more, there's no like difference in group one and group two. Most of the important stuff is actually shared. Like if there is something of common interest, we do tend to share it in both the groups. But like I said, both groups are very active. And that's just like the general groups. And then we have like regional groups. We've got specific interest groups like cryptocurrency. That one is on stocks. We've got kid play dates. You can see couch potato and all those things. They're really, and some of them have really formed out of interest of our members. So if you see any group that you would like to be part of, please feel free to. I know there is one that is on everyone's mind these days is the one on tax returns, how to save money, how to file taxes and all that. So there's a potential group coming up right there as well. We do have channels on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So feel free to, we usually upload our webinars on YouTube. We post our announcements on Instagram, and all of that obviously is also in our newsletter. But if you just want to be part of these channels as well, just to contact us or, to see what's going on, we usually post stuff on there. Nustian Canada would not be, so let me see. Okay. Nustian Canada, like I said, Nustian Canada would not be possible without our amazing volunteers for sure. We have an amazing group of individuals who are excellent and dedicated to provide their valuable time to work for the cause of Nustian Canada here. Really, all these things that I mentioned very quickly, but there is a lot of effort and time consuming, time intensive activities that actually go into producing all those events, all those planning, all those logistics. So we're really thankful to them. And with that, I'd like to give the floor to our executive director, Ferzia, who would like to talk about more about our volunteers, how our office structure is actually set up. So Ferzia, if you'd like to take it away from here.
Thank you so much, Hassan. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our third town hall meeting. First of all, I would like to say we're divided into two parts, the board of directors and the EC. So volunteers are counted under the executive committee, EC. And with that, before I introduce the rest of the volunteers, I would like to give the floor to our star volunteer, Aimul Rahman. Aimul, why don't you let the group know what kind of activities you think are going on and what is your experience with all of them? And also let the group know what volunteering with us feels like and the kind of future it holds for all the for all the people who would like to volunteer in the Nustian Canada not-for-profit organization.
Thank you, Ma'am Ferzia, and thank you, Sir Hassan, for giving us a brief layout of the entire project of the Nustian Canada. Star might be a bit far-fetching, I would say. However, I started working or associating with Nustian Canada for about 3 months now, and I've been involved with a couple of different projects, ranging from arranging seminars on real estate and involving the current town hall meeting. Overall, it has been an amazing ride working with so much talented people and so many talented seniors like Sir Seb, Sir Hassan, Ma'am Kiran, Ma'am Ferzia. I've had an amazing opportunity to learn about all these different domains, contributing in different areas, trying to interact with the community and gaining their feedback and incorporating that feedback into our future projects so that we can provide better and more superior services to the new community members that will be joining us or are currently present in the Nustian Canada. I myself have been a part of multiple WhatsApp groups, ranging from gamers to just the Nustian Canada. So overall, there are multiple opportunities for all our community members to interact. From a volunteer perspective and trying to appeal to more volunteers, there are multiple projects that we are currently working on. We are trying to expand into the fundraising. That is an existing project. It has been going on since before I joined, and we're trying to expand it more. We're also trying to venture into more national and international domains, trying to collaborate with Nustian USA and back home with our Nustian Pakistan community. And furthermore, we are also interacting with multiple other organizations, such as we were involved with the IBA. We held multiple events in collaboration with them. In regards to events, we are trying to organize multiple events, as I said before, ranging from fundraising and probably graphic designing and etc. So there are multiple opportunities as we are trying to venture into multiple domains. And I believe that the other volunteers, they can find these opportunities to grow professionally, academically, and socially. So yeah, that would be all.
Thank you so much, Aimul. Yeah, thank you so much, Aimul. So first of all, before I move over to all the rest of the volunteers, I would like to let everybody know that because we are a not-for-profit organization, we are registered as a not-for-profit organization, we also have the ability to give you certificates if that is what you are looking to have. So it's not just volunteering for the sake of volunteering, is also something that you can showcase on your LinkedIn profile. It's something that we haven't finalized so far, but as we see there's more and more people joining us, we are going to start working on that as well. So rest assured that all of your volunteer hours are not going to go to waste. And then, as you can see, as you all know, you've been in most of the people here would are newcomers or would have been in Canada for a very long time. You know that you understand the dynamics of working as a volunteer in Canada. What better way to work as a volunteer than to help your community grow and get bigger, and in the process you can also learn and grow and get bigger. Volunteering is not just going to be meeting other people and expanding your network. Is also going to help you with your communication skills. It's also going to help you if there's any gaps in your media. For instance, you want to learn something in web designing or you want to learn something in video making. That is also something that volunteering with Nustian Canada can help you with. So, but this is all personal. I'm going to go on to explain how we are going to work as a community in the next slides. Over here, I'm just going to give a shout out to all of the volunteers who have recently joined us. Sir Raza Bakr, Sir Hussein Tikhab. I'm really sorry, I don't know everybody's degree, so I'm gonna not gonna go into that, but I'm just gonna give a shout out. So it's Sir Raza Bakr, Hussein Intikhab, Ali Dawood, Imad Siraj, Ali Munir, Ali Jafri, Shazil Pervez, Faisal Makbul, Muhammad John Zaib, Aves Ali Akbar, Maham Bhatti, and Sir Javed Heather, and I'm not sure who IH is. I think it's I'm pretty sure you can use yourself. Sorry about that. So if you go to the next slide, this is the executive committee. So if you want to understand the structure of how and where you can volunteer, this is going to give you some idea of that. I am right now currently working as the executive director. I don't really believe in all the titles that we have over here, but still this kind of gives a structure to the whole group. So we're just going to go with that. I'm the executive director of the executive committee, and I'm also kind of responsible for the events that are taking place. We have Arsalan, who is the director of memberships. He right now is not very active, but when he is, he's usually working on fundraising. So you would have heard about him over there. We have Sarah, who's a media director, and Sarah, if there's anything related to media, poster making or website or putting some content on into our YouTube channel, Sarah is the right person to reach out to. So if there's any tasks that relate to media, she would be the one you would be reporting up to. And then we have Osama, who's the director of projects. Right now, Osama is also heading another initiative that we have in our Nustian Canada. What he's doing is he's basically making a group of people, volunteers, who is going to help other newcomers settle into Canada. So that's another amazing project that we have on our radar. If you could, and then we have a board of directors. As you know, there's Seth, who's the chair, Ma'am Kiran, Sarah Sukhara, Sami, and Ehsan. So those are our board of directors. Do you want to go to the next slide? Next slide. So what we have coming up next, Ehsan, do you want to go into what we have coming up next?
Sure. Yeah. No, thank you, Ferdia, for that introduction of the board and how the structure is at Nustian Canada. So this is just a timeline, guys. What we are hoping to do this year. 2021 was really a growth. Like January 2021 was a year of was a month of growth for us, and as I said, we've grown tremendously, triple folded our LinkedIn membership base. March, we started focusing on our collaborations. We've done a great job as well in that respect. Group discounts for members. I just mentioned that for June. Group discounts, what that means is we're already collaborating with, for example, like accountants, for people, for lawyers who do wills or Islamic wills in particular, and all those kinds of things. So I feel like that's where it falls into. So kyunki unko, they get access to our base. And when I say they, like I'm trying to tell you, like service providers, like they could be realtors, they could be tax accountants, they could be Islamic will makers, and all sorts of groups who would be interested to serve our community. And because we are a big group, they could potentially offer us discounts. So we're already in talks to certain groups for that. So Zaraz, I know, is leading one of those initiatives. So thank you for that. And like I said, if you do think that there is something that would be of potential interest for the group, would love to take that on board as well. July regional structure formalization. One of the things that we really want to focus on this year is to expand to different regions. Montreal, Ottawa has a lot of alumni there, and we don't have any structure. Obviously, we started out from GTA where the most population is, but we want to make sure that we expand our presence, we expand our activities out there in different regions of Canada as well. October network for job placements. So again, really one of the biggest focus has always been to provide job opportunities, to make sure that job opportunities are available, not only available, but we're also preparing and facilitating new and existing professionals or members of Western Canada to have ample access to these opportunities. And how can we do that? Obviously, first thing was to grow that base, but now we also want to make sure that there is some sort of a cadence in doing resume clinics, maybe, and doing professional networking sessions and all those things. So we've already been doing it, but we just want to make sure that that becomes our priority again at the end of the year. All right, let's see what's next. Is call for volunteers. All right, I'll let I think Ferzia will.
Yeah. Thank you, Hassan. So, like, I just wanted to walk the whole group over the kind of things that we're looking at. So, because right now we have a pandemic going on, but before we had the pandemic, we did a lot of job clinics in person, because one of the major aims of our Nustian Canada organization is that we want to help new people, and not just new people. We want to keep the old people continue to be successful in wherever they are. So one of the major things for us is job clinics. Another thing is networking. And the third thing is resume reviews. We also want to go into fundraising. So if you're wondering what kind of positions can I volunteer into, if there is a fundraising event going on, we want to have people, volunteers in that pool who reach out to other people and, essentially give them the importance of fundraising and donating money, and at the same time let them know that this is where their money is going to be utilized. So this is the kind of position that you'll be working with. If that's not your cup of tea, then you can always go into event management with me. What we do in that event management, if it is in person, then what we do is essentially make posters, advertise, get people. If there's a specific event in mind, then we get people to speak on an event. If not, then we have general meetups. So the volunteers will be organizing everything for that event. And then after the event, if there's any surveys to be floated, that's what the volunteers will be looking at. So that's kind of some of the things that you can volunteer into. What we have over here on this, now we move on to this slide. What we have on the slide is functional leads, regional chapter leads, and general volunteer pool. So the functional leads are basically, for instance, Imol. He is somebody who is working after an event has happened. So that's something specific. He's very specific. His role is very specific to post-event volunteering. So that's functional, and that's where all the functional leads fall into. If there's somebody who's working in media, for instance, Sarah, then that would be a functional lead. So if there's something you want to specifically go into, you will be counted as a functional lead volunteer. And then we have regional chapter leads. So we like Ehsan mentioned previously, we want to expand Nustian Canada across all of the regions in Canada. We don't want to have it just in GTA. I know GTA is the biggest one, but we want to have it across all the different states in Canada, and each state has its own kind of needs and requirements. Maybe there are not a lot of people over there, and they don't want to have like specific kind of events like house buying. Then we're trying to not have something like that in that region. So we're looking for regional chapter leads. If you're somebody who's placed in Vancouver and you think that you can be somebody who wants to volunteer just in Vancouver, then you can come under a regional chapter lead as well. And then we have the last pool, a general volunteer pool. If you think you're somebody who is not willing to volunteer a lot of hours of their life, but you also want to volunteer sometime whenever you have time. So for instance, you have time in the winter and you say, okay, if there's a specific project going on, then give it to me. Then you will be counted under a general volunteer pool. It's for a general volunteer pool, we ask people that they come to us for tasks, and they don't necessarily have to be with us all the time. So if you think you're somebody who cannot dedicate a lot of time or a specific number of hours every month, then you can be counted as a general volunteer as well. So, I would like to finish off by saying that everybody, since we are a growing group, we are only as strong as the number of people that we have working for us. So please do consider volunteering with us, because we have a lot of projects on our radar, and we really want to get to all of them. And if we grow as a group, we all grow as individuals as well. Thank you so much. And I would like to pass it back to Asan.
Perfect. Thank you, Fergie. Appreciate that. So, call for fundraising. I think we want Sarwar, if he's on the line, or who would like to cover this up, guys?
Yeah, thank you, Sir Hassan. I would like to call Sarwar. He is a graduate of our Union College and is currently the board of directors. He's working at the core of this fundraising campaign. So please, Sarwar, if you can, I would like to invite you to the floor and let us know more about the fundraising campaign, Nustian Canada.
Thank you, guys. Assalamu alaikum. So I'll try to keep it short. The idea over here for us for fundraising is to be able to support students at NUST who do not have the privilege to continue their education or are financially stressed. We all have been through the rigorous process of getting into NUST and going through the entry test, and we know it's quite merit-based. People with talent get through it, but the challenge then is how do they continue once they get admission? Many of them drop off. Most of them are from areas like Balochistan, South Punjab, even Sindh. NUST is one university which gets talent from across the Pakistan. So I think we are lucky enough to have that education, which took us here where we are in our careers. And what we can do is to support the students who do not have the means to continue with that education. That being said, just a small personal story. I've been volunteering with Alumni. This is my 12th year. I've never stopped volunteer ever in any year. I've consistently contributed in whatever shape or form. And most of the, I would say, satisfaction that I get is from the fact that as alumni, we are able to help out these students. I've sat through the interviews for those students where we do the vetting and make sure that they are deserving, and it's not like they are lying on people's applications. It's a very, very, very painful process. A lot of students get to NUST and their parents sell off their jewelry, whatever item of comfort they have. Like I've seen people whose parents or fathers sold off their motorbikes and they said, we'll just walk to our workplaces. Mother sold off their jewelries. It's all because they want to give their siblings a better chance. Now, the flip side of it is the students that we helped, they were their ticket of their family out of poverty line. I won't call it poverty line, but let's say that they went from wherever they were in the economic status to a place where they can make their families comfortable and also support other siblings. It's a very, very chain reaction. I've seen it through my eyes over the years. So again, with that context, what I will recommend to all our members is to donate to the nonprofit that we have registered just for this purpose, to be able to help our communities, to help students, and also we'll take up other causes in future. Right now we are fundraising for the NUST Need initiative. We have procedures in place. We have MOU in place with NUST. It's all transparent. Things are audited. They do go to the deserving students. And now we have 350 members. All we need to do is to donate $100 a year. Every member will get to a very decent number. And by the end of the year, we'll be in a position to support two students seats at NUST for life. And I think that would be an amazing Sadqa Jariya. So I think with that, we will kick off our call for fundraising. I'll work with the fundraising team to reach out personally to all our members, make them aware, answer any of their questions, and let's get to the target of $100 per year per member. Inshallah, that should be our target. Back to you.
Thank you, Sir Zarsakara. I would like to pass on to Sir Saf to let us know a bit more about the University Advancement Office of NUST. So, Sir Saf, can you please let us know a bit more about that?
For sure. Thanks, Emil. And thank you all for being here today. I see Dr. Sohail has joined us as well from Pakistan. Must be pretty late, sir, for you, but thank you for joining. So I'll just take maybe a couple of minutes to share with you the progress that we've made with NUST over the past few months. So we have had a fantastic collaboration with NUST, with UAO specifically, Mr. Bob, Miss Maria, Miss Sana. So we are trying to finalize an MOU with them so that we are able to establish a legal framework and a more formal recognition between NUST and Nustian Canada. At the same time, we also have the president of NUST Alumni Association, Dr. Sohail, here with us. I'll invite him to say a few words, but we're also partnering up with him to expand the alma maters globally. And whatever, sir, we can do to help, please let us know. Over to you.
Thank you very much, dear. Thank you very much for having me here. Team Canada, you are doing a marvelous job there. Saf Saab and Sohail Saab, thanks for having me here in this meeting today. And I joined a bit late, but I could see the initiatives which have been taken by Exec team and the fundraiser that you are planning. It would definitely help a lot to Nustians here who are in need of financial support from their senior peers. So it's very commendable, and keep it up. And we here from the forum of NAA, as the representative body of alumni community of NUST, are here to extend every kind of support which we can render from our forum, and support from at the same time, and support from NUST side as well. And in coming days, we would definitely apprise you about the latest proceedings here after the new patron of NUST Alumni Association, the Director NUST, has taken up the charge. And we had a meeting with patron NAA, and it has been very promising and positive. Just a quick update about the meeting. The Canada chapter was there. I think Samson, you were representing there the Canadian tier of alumni in that meeting. And there were some long-standing initiatives which required some decision from the top hierarchy, that we need to maintain the accounts at the level of NUST Constituent Alumni Association for the sake of fundraising and disbursement of funds, in order to provide autonomy to different colleges, so that the students from respective constituent colleges are supported by respective NCAAs. in order to give a kind of autonomy as well as the ownership to the respective colleges and schools. So it has been very kind of management that they have supported the initiative and establishment of NAA House there in NUST. We have already discussed some constitutional details with the Executive Council of Canada chapter, and hopefully they would apprise you with that. And if in the meantime, if you have any query, any requirement from our side, our team, our Executive Council, our governing board members, they are there to extend all kind of support. So again, you're doing a great job. Keep it up, and all the best. Stay blessed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And I would also like to request if for an official delegation to visit Canada, you, the new rector, NUST, the pro-rector, any representative from UAO, it would be very exciting to host you guys. I know it's cold here in Canada, but you can visit us in the summertime next year, maybe after the vaccines are in.
Yes, let's see how the situation comes up, and thank you very much. We really look forward to having you here or meeting you there. But ultimately, we are on a mission and on a vision to support our alumni fraternity in order to support the ones who need our assistance in whichever capacity is possible. So thank you very much.
Jazakallah, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, Emil, I'm going to pass it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Shoaib Sarwar, for giving us the time and joining us on this town hall. We really appreciate your insight, and thank you, Sir Seth, for giving us more information about the UAO. So what I would like to add on is we portrayed all the information on the multiple projects that the Nustian Canada is currently working on. And it's all to provide services back to the community and to address your concerns. We have multiple participants that are joining us today. So again, I would like to open the floor to all the participants, and we would like to address any concerns or any questions that they have. We have a panel of multiple representatives and our senior body. They are working in different domains. They can help you with any of your concerns. So yeah, the floor is open to you all. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them.
I see the first question from Mr. Azlan saying, thanks for the town hall. And he wants to know what assistance is, okay, some scholarship assistance for NUST. Is it still in work? So is it finalized? And is it purely for Nustians in Canada? So I can answer a bit of it, and Sir Uzair maybe can fill in. So yes, it is for, so like I said, there are two portions of fundraising that we're doing. Ihsan, if you can go back to the slides. So brother, yeah, we have two segmentations here. One is journal donations. The other one is zakat specifically. For journal donations, these are used to sponsor activities within NUST, cover some of our admin costs, which we try to keep it under 5% of the total funds raised. We also want to contribute it towards strategic projects, growth and development, and like very defined causes, whatever matches with the strategic goals of NUST in Canada. The other piece, more importantly, that is zakat. Zakat, like Sir Reza mentioned, has a very, very defined process at NUST. There's a panel of scholars who have already vetted out what kind of money is going to come in, who does it need to eventually get dispatched to. There's another committee which regularly meets up and filters candidates based on their needs, what kind of a challenge are they facing, how much tuition fees do we need to cover. There's also endowment seats that we can sponsor. So yes, our money specific to zakat will 100% go towards Nustians, but in Pakistan, not in Canada. That's just something that we have agreed to as part of the zakat fundraising campaign. If there are other ideas or suggestions, Azlan, please feel free to share. We're happy to brainstorm if we can put that money to other use. But for now, that's a target. Hope I answered that.
Yes, sir. I guess there is a concern in the chat room that the participants would like to know what challenges are we currently facing during the COVID lockdown and what are our future strategies for the future.
So the biggest one definitely is no in-person meetups. Otherwise, we were, I guess, a little bit more exciting once things were happening face-to-face. Now with this whole COVID, everything's gone virtual. I would really like to thank Ferzy and team for ensuring that there's no discontinuity in terms of our operations. We had a very seamless experience shifting from in-person to virtual. So kudos to that. But at the same time, in terms of challenges, yeah, it is a big one. We want to have more in-person meetups. And that was one of the rationales of having of delaying maybe the regional chapter leads, because nothing was happening and nothing was happening face-to-face anymore, right? So in terms of next steps along this challenge, I would say we are definitely waiting on the vaccines. We want to see when is an appropriate time to restart these meetups. And the second portion of the challenge, I would say, is the call for volunteers that we presented today. There's an immense need and opportunity, or maybe a range of opportunities for members like you to come in, join us, and help out. Because I feel like, why am I volunteering? Why am I investing my time here? I feel it's Sadqa Jari as well. At the end of the day, it's not me, my monetary, providing any incentives to Nustian Canada, but time is also one which is an asset, and I'm sharing it with the wider community. So I feel if you come in, you're able to provide those services, helping like immigrants, answering questions. And I think even if you have made an impact on one person's life, that person will remember you. I think Allah Ta'ala will reward you for it. So I think it's very satisfying, that feeling. So the challenge is we want to fill more and more of these gaps and opportunities that we have identified today. So if anybody wants to step forward, please feel free to. Thank you. Back to you, Mo.
Thank you, Sir Seth, for providing the insight on that. I guess it's more of a personal question as well. And I guess I speak on behalf of multiple community members as well. Like, being new in Canada, obviously, we're trying to look forward to the immigration options. And there is very limited knowledge to the new residents here about the immigration applications and the dynamics that revolve around them. So I would like to know that what services currently we are providing for the immigration applications. Are there separate groups, and the legal implications? And overall, what Nustian Canada is providing to facilitate in the immigration process.
Definitely. So first of all, let me just put up a very big disclaimer out there. We are not providing any legal advice, period. This is a volunteer-led organization. This is crowdsourced based mentorship and guidance. So at the end of the day, if anybody's sharing anything, that's based on personal experiences and research, the primary market research, secondary market research that we have done. So nothing. Please don't mistake it as legal advice. Second, yes, we do have a dedicated WhatsApp group for immigration that is typically reserved for members who are already registered with us, people like who are maybe on the work permit or student permit, and they want to convert to a PR. But specifically folks outside of these registered groups, our friends and families back home, our new graduates from NUST, we have other social media channels like on Facebook, where they can contact us. We can pair them up with somebody to answer these questions. One more exciting project, the first I mentioned, and maybe Osama can talk about a little bit, is the new immigration program and the settlement program. So when I joined, we didn't have any such opportunities or platforms to discuss things, to bounce off ideas, to get mentorship and guidance. So Alhamdulillah, we've been somewhat successful over the last few years to address that part, but still, as Osama says, there's still a gap, and he's raising it as the voice of a customer, right? Like, he has a pain point, and that's very valid. So that's something that we want to talk about more. And Osama, I don't know if you're there, you want to talk about a little bit and share your ideas around the settlement and immigration program.
Sure. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I think the ideas was very simple. To Saif's point, I think we realized that a lot of people who are joining this existing community, first of all, we have to understand that there are people, as the community is scaling up, there are people who have been settled here for years, and then there are people who are just jumping in. So hota ye hai ki, like things get so mismatched because everyone has different aspirations and different immediate needs, due to which sometimes I felt first when I was a newcomer, us time pe, like we only had like half of the community that we have today. And what we were facing was that if I needed some guidance, some information, I had to like personally reach out to Saf, Uzair, whoever could provide the help that I needed. And then on a personal level, I had to basically get the help from the people I knew here. Obviously, there were Nustians and then outside Nustian community as well. I feel like we can do much more. This is strictly coming from my personal experience. It's been about 2 years that I've landed here. And in this process, I've learned a lot. And I just wanted to pass on that knowledge to anyone who can benefit from it. And it's kind of like a personal mission of sorts, just to help our people settle well here, because I feel like the easier your settlement in Canada, the faster you can grow and faster you can actually establish your ties here and sort of not be disappointed with this move. So that's why I feel like having that support network, especially in these times where you are actually locked up at home and you don't have the ability to go out and maybe meet your fraternity in some public events, some Pakistani community events, maybe even meeting someone at the masjid, that's kind of non-existent. So in this time, I think it becomes even more important that our digital channels allow us to reach out and tap into the right people. And then equally important is that people like us who have gone through the cycle are able to be there and lend that hand of support to people who absolutely need it. So this is why it was just an idea of sorts. And to this point, honestly, we've just started talking about it. My goal is to just keep it very simple. There's nothing formal attached to this. At the end of the day, we're doing it just to help our people. And the concept of reward or sadka jariya, that's all great to think about, but then this is something that comes out of passion as well, right? From the basic need that you have gone through and you don't want others to feel through, right? So it's kind of stemming from that. And I would absolutely love for everyone else to jump in. I think we've done our part. When anyone has raised any question, we have offered help. We've asked them to jump on a call. I personally have taken calls like in the middle of the night and whatnot, tried to help out whoever I can. And I've actually been on the other side where I've been pinging people to talk to me in the middle of night as well if I needed help. There are so many things when you are trying to establish your life. It's no longer just career. It's about how you adjust your family here, how you buy your house, how you get the insurance, what are the legal hacks to get around and things like that. So that's where the whole concept was coming from. I think at this stage, it's just that we have those people who are coming in and saying, okay, we are just settling in, we have just arrived, or we need help on something, to give them a channel to reach out to the people who can possibly connect them, with the right folks, even if they don't have the answers. So that's the whole idea. I think it does not need to be, at this point, at least, a separate standalone initiative. I think it's like a cross community exercise that we all should be aware of and all should do and all should play our part. It's not just one person's job. I think it's everyone's job. And it's kind of just a reminder to ourselves that this is why we are here. Our goal is not just to probably do certain activities in a calendar year. It's much broader. It's to support the community here as well as back home. And that's basically just, it's just one angle to the whole big picture.
And thank you, Sama. Just to quickly jump in, I think this is a great initiative, Sama, that you're doing. So definitely the community is here to support you. The board and the executive will be here to support you in any shape or form. I wanted to know from new members as well. I know, like, I think Maham, you joined, I think recently. I don't know if you're new to Canada, like, and if you had any thoughts, something that Osama or us could look into, if you'd like to share. I know like some others are there. I don't want to put Maham on the spot. Like, I know Shazil was there too. Like, if you'd like to talk about what you are interested in, or are there any specific challenges or problems you're facing, especially during COVID times? या job search में challenges हैं, कोई इस तरह की share करना चाहेंगे आप लोग?
Well, I'll just like share a few challenges. Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum, Shazid here. So I've been here for just over 2 months, I guess. So challenges just शुरू में काफी आए थे. For example, it's tax season right now. So file करना है, tax नहीं file करना है, कैसे करना है? So I had to reach out to a few friends and a few family members, and of course, challenges like what are the best strategies for getting a driving license and driving test and so on and so forth. So इस तरह के कुछ challenges शुरू में आते हैं, and I think for the first 6 months आते रहेंगे, because of course COVID does not make things easy. So yeah, these are just examples of some of the challenges which I at least personally faced.
Yeah, I think these are like common recurring themes that we have observed over the past year or two, rather, I would say, in my experience. I'm sure this, like, Saif, Uzair, all of you guys can actually relate to it much more. Anyone who's coming in the situation that you are in has to go through these steps, and they have obvious questions which have come up like time and again. I think like there was no week, or probably every 2 weeks we would be getting the same question again and again. So a lot of people have stepped up and tried helping it. Unfortunately, WhatsApp is not a good enough platform कि वहाँ पे we can actually summarize all of this as a resource section of sorts जहाँ पे newcomers can come in and do that. And I think part of the initiative is actually going to be around that. How can we establish that knowledge base of sorts where people can go in and find the answers to the most pressing questions? But then again, I think it also comes down to individuals. Everyone has a personal circumstance, personal situation that we need to look into, and based on our own experience, we can actually guide. So just to keep it informal and then keep it very robust, I would say the idea would be anyone who needs help, reach out to the people who you see in this room, get whatever help you need. And one more point I think it's very important is that generally as Pakistanis, we have this negative perception around the fact that, when I came here, the first thing that I heard was that you will find more help from people other than Pakistanis here. And I've kind of, felt it and not felt it at the same time. I think it's not about that. It's just about the fact that it's how you ask for help and how persistent you are to get the help that you need. I know Saif can attest to it. मैं इसके पीछे पड़ जाता था, and that's how I got the answers I was looking for. So I think that's the approach that you need to take as well if you need some information. And I'm not saying or calling out anyone. I'm just saying generally anyone who needs any information, you need to make it happen, right? So we are here. Everyone has gone through the same cycle. We know the information that you need, and we would love to help out. It's partly on you as well that you need to step up and reach out to us personally. Like the very simple thing, just yesterday in the group, someone asked about the travel plans and the quarantine at the hotel and whatnot. And there was a guy who, I don't know if you're here or not, sorry for calling you out, but who was in the same group asking the person who had some information on this, can I PM you? I mean, why are you asking? I just went on and did that. And I got all the information I needed in a matter of minutes, right? So no one is stopping you from reaching out. If you're part of that WhatsApp public group, you are there to be contacted. So we shouldn't be shying away from asking for help. And at the same time, I would say we shouldn't be shying from giving the help that anyone is looking for.
Right. Thank you, Sir Osama. Thank you, Sir Seth, and thank you, Sir Hassan, for providing the information on the multiple topics. I do not see any more questions in the chat. I just want to point out that there are, as Sir Osama mentioned, there are multiple WhatsApp groups. You can share your thoughts over there and seek any sort of help that you're looking for. In the end, I would like to invite Ma'am Kiran Ali. She's also a board of director, and I would like to invite her to share some thoughts. Ma'am Kiran, over to you.
Thank Thank you, Aimal. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So I am the same Kiran who has been sending you guys numerous emails over the past few weeks, reminders and whatnot. But I'm just going to take a few seconds, and I want to say thank you first of all for joining. And secondly, anything that we do wrong, अगर आप लोग कहीं पे भी हमसे कहीं पे भी disappoint होते हैं, you have any complaints, please feel free to reach out, or frankly straightforward मुझे बता दें कि क्या हुआ है. I'll personally write back to you, and I'm going to make sure that all the complaints, all the concerns, they are properly addressed. कोई भी चीज है, किसी भी तरह का feedback है, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to share my email address here. I am on all the WhatsApp groups. आप लोग मेरा नंबर वहां से search करके मुझे किसी भी time पे PM करें. I am there. I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to make sure that all your concerns are addressed. The entire board, the entire exec committee, everyone is on your side. So please, हमने जब भी हमसे कोई mistake होती है, anything that disappoint you guys, please feel free to reach out to let us know what we are doing wrong. And if you have an idea, if you have an initiative that you think Nustian Canada should take on, please tell us about that as well. Same thing happened with Osama. He told us that the newcomers initiative is something that should happen, and we are going to make it happen inshallah very soon. So Jesse, agar aap logon ko koi bhi baat karni hai, please feel free to reach out. That is all I wanted to say. I'm going to write my email address here, and that is all from my side. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Ma'am Kiran. Again, we will be sharing the contact information of the executive committee members. You can try to contact them, address your concerns. Even in the WhatsApp groups, we have LinkedIn profiles available, Facebook groups. There's help available. Please reach out. Feel free to reach out. Let us know what you want more from us in the future projects. And definitely, hopefully, we will work on them to provide you with the best services as possible. Again, at the end of the seminar, I would specifically like to thank Dr. Sohail for giving us the time to join us on the third town hall meeting. I would like to thank all the executive committee members for sharing their insights.
Ahmed has a question. Don't leave yet. He has a question.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, Faisal, please share your question with us.
Hello, everyone. It was very nice to see you all. And I actually know a few of the guys because I met them probably back in 2018, I guess. Seth, I know. I think I've seen some other guys as well. The question is, how much time do you guys, I mean, the executive members and the volunteers, how much time do you guys keep for these activities in your week? Like, how much time do you guys invest?
Yes, sir. So I can maybe take that one on. So, sir, official statement, agar puche to ye hai, we expect 4 to 6 hours per month.
Okay.
Like in साथ ही साथ, because again, lessons learned, we are also growing as an organization. Feedback आता है लोगों का, motivation जो होती है ना, sinusoidal wave की तरह होती है, ऊपर नीचे. So it felt कि sometimes you're able to give more time. जिस तरह हमारा एक पोस्ट सरवज़ैर का एक phase आया जब aggressive membership drive किया. So I think he's invested way more than like 10-15 hours within like 2 weeks. Website का launch आया, वो उसके ऊपर बहुत काम था, तो काफी ज्यादा दिन और रात लग. कभी-कभी slow periods भी आते हैं, तो it averages out over time. Now, having said that, like I said, lessons learned ये हैं कि not all members would be able to give 4 to 6 hours commitment every month. तो हमने इस वजह से अब माइक्रो टेस्ट का कॉन्सेप्ट शुरू किया, जैसे अभी फर्जिया कह रही थी. So that includes journal volunteerism. आप ना बने functional head, आप ना लें additional responsibilities if you feel कि you can't put in that time. आप कहते हैं कि भैया I want to help out with the sincerity of my heart, and जो भी फर्जिया मेरे पास उनकी ऊपर ट्रैकर्स हैं, मुझे जो है ये आइटम नंबर 13 के लिए मैं वॉलंटियर कर सकता हूँ. It's only going to take 30 minutes of my time or 2 hours of my time. It has a deadline of, or maybe it doesn't even have a deadline, or आप कहते हैं यार इसको मैं next 3 weeks के अंदर करके दे दूंगा. तो हमने थोड़ा सा evolve कर लिया structure to suit the community, to suit the volunteers, rather it being very process heavy कि हाँ जी इस तरह होना चाहिए और फिर वो डंडे का जोर नहीं चलता ना. Like it's volunteerism at the end of the day.
मुकम्मल जमहूरियत है मतलब.
Sorry?
नहीं, मैं कह रहा था मुकम्मल जमहूरियत. ठीक है, चलें, सही है. Thank you very much. I think I would like to be a part of this great community. I mean, I'm already a part, but like volunteer for some of the stuff. So आप ये share करेंगे ये जो presentation थी?
Yes, sir. All the presentations and webinars are generally uploaded on YouTube और फिर हम उसका link भी share कर देंगे और आप मैम किरण या फर्जिया को भी reach out अभी तो हमने already अपने interest show कर दिया, but in general if anybody wants to volunteer तो आप you can obviously reach out to them and they'll initiate the intake process.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Eamon, sorry, can we, I know we're a little bit over and I apologize for doing this.
No, sure.
Like to time box activities, but I think Maham wanted to say something, or I'm not sure, Maham, you accidentally unmuted before.
Yes, I wanted to say something. Hello, everyone. I'm Maham. I joined the volunteer group yesterday. I just would like to talk about the help regarding the job hunt, as I'm in the process of job hunting right now. So I believe there should be more resume review and mock interview sessions. So yes, like that would help the students who are seeking job in Canada after the masters, or maybe if they're just landed in Canada.
I'll be more
That's
than
it,
happy
yes.
to help you out on a personal level as well. Uske alawa bhi, if someone else wants to join up and maybe formally do it, we were already planning to do a webinar of sorts. It wasn't going to be a webinar, more of a panel discussion of sorts, jahan pe we were thinking ke people who have gone through this cycle fairly recently can come in, and people like you who are in the process of going through jobs can just jump in and ask the questions and everything else. And as part of that activity, we could do like a breakout session of sorts where one-on-one aapko feedback de sake, advice de sake, and whatever. But in a personal capacity, until we formalize and make it happen, if you need any help, feel free to reach out.
Okay, thank you.
I'll just build on Sama. So maybe when you reach out to Sama will connect and pair with all other people, and Sama reach out to me as well. Then we can do it individual basis feedback, and then also try to find hiring positions. I know Sama's company is aggressively hiring. My company is also aggressively hiring. We know quite a bit of other companies who are hiring. Right now is the probably best time to be in the market because everyone is hiring and they don't have candidates.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
I would like to say a few words if you have time.
Yes, sir. Good.
So this is just a shout out to everybody here. It's a very appreciable and very excellent effort by everyone. Or just from the perspective of a new immigrant here. जब आप यहाँ पे नए आते हैं, लैंड करते हैं, तो what I have experienced from my personal journey, वो ये है कि आपको एक kind of जो social support या एक kind of जो family environment होता है, वो चाहिए होता है, especially if you're alone and financially pressed भी होते हैं अक्सर लोग जो देसी यहाँ पे आते हैं. तो मैं क्योंकि काफ़ी पुराना नस्टियन से फैमिली से बिलोंग करता हूँ, लेकिन यहाँ पे आने के बाद मैं इतना इन टच नहीं था. लेकिन पिछले तकरीबन महीने 1.5 महीने से या 2 महीने से जब से मैं इन्वॉल्व रहा हूँ, तो मतलब आई हैव स्टार्टेड फीलिंग मतलब लॉट बेटर अबाउट इट. तो ये जो चीज़ आप लोग कर रहे हैं, ये मैं इसको मतलब एक शाउट आउट देना चाहूँगा, एक अप्रिशिएटिव मूव कहना चाहूँगा इसको, क्योंकि ये सिर्फ जो है ये सिर्फ जॉब पर्सपेक्टिव से ऑब्वियसली वो सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है, क्योंकि जब तक वो आप होल्ड नहीं करते हो, उसके बगैर आपका यहाँ पे डिसअपॉइंटमेंट का एक माहौल ज़्यादा होता है. और फिर काफ़ी लोग जो है वो आपको जिस तरीके से टकरते हैं और जिस तरीके से वो आपको बातें बता रहे होते हैं, काफ़ी लोग जो है वो इतने अप्रिशिएटिव या उस तरीके से नहीं पॉजिटिव होते जो कि होना चाहिए. तो ये एक जो है इसका एक इस सबसे अलग होके एक सोशल सपोर्ट ग्रुप का भी एक मकसद बनता है, जो कि मैं काफ़ी यहाँ पे फील करूँ पर्सनली. अंडरलाइंग टोन्स एक हैं यहाँ पे. तो दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट और जस्ट अ शाउट आउट टू एवरीबॉडी जो कि आप ये काम कर रहे हैं. इट्स वेरी वेरी एक्सीलेंट वर्क और कीप इट अप. या दैट्स ऑल.
Thank you, Sir Faisal. Hopefully, we will continue to do so, and with the support of everyone that is currently present in the Nustian Canada community, and hopefully the future volunteers as well. So again, I would like to thank all the executive committee members that have joined, all the participants that joined, and all the concerns that they shared with us. Hopefully, we will receive the feedback, continue working on them, and provide more and more services in the future as well. So thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amal. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.